My name is Evan Harrington.
It's Buffalo Pepsi. You want to try some? Look at them. Buffalo Pepsi. He's like, look at them. There's different flavors.
I'm your host, Frank the Tank Lopez. I'm ready to fight a kid if it happens. If one kid says one dumb thing tomorrow about Baker Mayfield or anything, I'm punching a kid.
Mr. Brotherly Love here, Chris Giacobello. I know how to turn the mics on, Dan.
That's a good thing to know.
We got it. Progress. Where is this Ronaldo slander? Why do you have Ronaldo slander? Where is this banter coming from?
My name's Dan Dale, a.k.a. Double D.
You're quiet. I can barely hear you.
Why am I quiet? Why am I quiet?
Dan, you're quiet.
How am I ever quiet?
Here is The Blitz on 91.3 FM.
Live here from Buffalo State University.
Good evening, listeners. You're listening to The Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY Buffalo, Buffalo's original alternative since 1982, brought to you by the Buffalo State Student Activity Fee. I am your host today on this windy Wednesday here in Buffalo, Mr. Brotherly Love, Chris Giacobello, here with a full cast today. Got a lot going on. I'm going to talk about some breaking news here first, but before we get into that, let's introduce the crew we have in Studio A. You all know him. You all love him. It's the man himself, Double D, Dan Dale.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great because I do also want to say that me and you, Dan, will be commenting the Buffalo State men's soccer game later today.
7 p.m., baby.
7 p.m. to be exact. And then over there in Studio B, we have going from my left to my right, the also known as the First Lady of the Blitz, Emma Nosby.
I'm back, baby.
I thought we got rid of her.
Nope. I'm still here. What's up? How y'all doing?
Okay, I guess.
Okay.
I like how with us it's great. You,
You guys are so mean. I thought, listen, the guys.
Look, we're not mean.
Listen, everyone on the Shot Clock always makes fun of me. I'm like the punchy bag on the Shot Clock show. So I really thought that I was going to be welcomed here back with open arms, but I guess not. So, very disappointed in you guys.
And then saving the best for last, Mr. Ethereal himself.
Oh, God.
The ever great Magisterial, the king.
You missed this, Emma?
Franquito Lopez.
Ooh.
How we doing over there, King?
Franquito.
Papi, I'm good to be here.
Dímelo, papi.
Dímelo, papi, minga. Oh!
Ya tú sabes.
Ya tú sabes. Me and your planet are making more fun.
Oh, my God.
What is going on?
Oh, I know that means.
Look, it's just great to see my guy in good spirits.
Aw.
No, I'm actually in so much pain.
Okay.
No.
Standing up hurt.
He literally is. Like, rugby literally almost kills the bottom part of his body.
I'll massage your leg for you, King. I got you.
I just realized that went over the air. Never mind. That little screech there.
Oh, my gosh.
I love that.
All right. To start this wacky Wednesday, we're going to start off with some news that happened. What was it, yesterday or earlier today? I can't even remember.
What happened,
but
Chris?
Chiefs finalizing the deal
this morning
for DeAndre Hopkins. So DeAndre Hopkins going over there to the AFC side. Oh, well, still in the AFC. I don't even know what's going on. Anyway, he's going over to Mr. I like to throw the ball to other teams a lot this year in Patty Mahomes.
Loser.
What do you guys think about this trade, Dan? What do you think? I guess starting off with you, buddy.
Tennessee. There's an unwritten rule in the NFL. A very unwritten rule. At least this year. Don't make the Chiefs better.
I know. They're already 6-0. Like how?
Look, they're 6-0. I get it. I get it. Oh, DeAndre Hopkins isn't that good. He didn't look that good. I think he's been faking the injury this whole time. He's just been waiting to get traded because he knew he was stuck in Tennessee. Like, there's one rule. There's just one rule that AFC teams have to follow. I would care less if it was, Cooper Kupp because,
really?
I mean, Cooper Kupp's a better player, but it's coming from the NFC.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not staying within the division, or not the division, within the
conference. Yeah.
And when you send a player that has had success with good quarterbacks, I mean, Deshaun Watson when he was actually good before everything else, then you had Mr. Kyler Murray, who is, I mean, we have the Hail Murray on our head. I mean, everybody knows that play, and who was it to? DeAndre Hopkins. And now you're giving him to Patrick Mahomes. One rule. One freaking rule. I get it. A.J. Brown, you wanted to get rid of him. Send him to Philly. You know, you just...
Thank you for
Tennessee just sucks in general. Like, I'm sorry, Brian Callahan.
Do they know what they're doing?
Worthless. They don't. They fired Mike Vrabel, and Mike Vrabel was actually good at his job. They let go of Derrick Henry. Now Derrick Henry's having a career year somewhere else. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, I really don't support any upper management decisions that have been happening for the past 3 years. Their GM, I'm forgetting their GM. I don't even want to know their GM name. That's how much he sucks.
Throw him under the bus. Just say so many vulgar things about him.
Yeah, I will pull out the dictionary. Ron Carthon.
What is this guy Frank doing?
He tried to flip me off, and he whacked his finger on the table, and I said karma.
That's great. Ron Carthon deserves that middle finger.
Right.
He deserves it.
No way.
He deserves it.
No
He's getting it from Brandon Bean. He's getting it from Howie Rowe. Just for straight up, screw you, buddy. Like, wait, one rule we had to follow. Just one.
Can I interject for a second? I believe that the only reason the Chiefs are 6-0 is because of their defense. It has nothing to do with their offense. I mean, partially, obviously, some of it, and also the fact that all of the teams that have played against the Chiefs thus far, I'll use the Chargers as an example because that's like the biggest like example in my head right now. That the Chargers just made like big ass mistakes and the Chiefs were able to capitalize on it, and the Chargers weren't able to bounce back from their mistakes. So I feel like there were a lot of circumstances that don't have to do anything related to offense or Patrick Mahomes or anything like that. And I knew that D-Hop was going to get traded after the Bills game on Sunday because, Jason McCourty even said it at the end because I guess D-Hop wasn't playing at the end. I can't read what it is, Dan. Anyway. Yep. Okay, cool. Anyway. So, that's not surprising, Dan. Anyway. So, Jason McCourty basically said at the end because D-Hop wasn't playing like on the last final snaps, he said, I don't want to speculate, and I literally screamed at the TV, spill the tea, speculate, Jason. And he's like, trade deadline's coming up. They just want to keep him like healthy and everything like that because like I didn't even know D-Hop was injured. I thought he looked fine. So, it was just one of those things where I just felt like with the Chiefs, they just are riddled with injuries right now. They got bit in the injury. They got the injury bug on the offense, and this is how they're able to like kind of make up for it. But I don't see that working, to be honest with you. I still think this is going to be a defense is going to carry this team for the season, and yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So I mean, the only thing I'm arguing, Dan, is that it's not going to make the Chiefs better, if anything, because I don't think this is going to help them.
I think it actually does help them because instead of Juju Smith-Schuster being your number one receiver, you now at least have a somewhat competent veteran wide receiver that doesn't get released by New England. I mean, yeah, he went to Tennessee where all veteran receivers go to die, but at least he's now out of there. It's just hard to see if you're, at least if you're a Bills fan, you say, thank God we got Amari Cooper last week.
Yeah, I was going to say, thank God we did.
If you're a Jets fan, you're at least we got Devontae Adams.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Jim. I swear to God, no. I feel like it will be hilarious if Devontae then gets traded to the Giants, so then they have to play against the Steelers again, and then he'll basically just get traded to every single team who will be playing against the Steelers, and the Steelers will win out. That'll be funny.
It is funny to me that, actually looking at who the Chiefs has faced, they beat the Ravens by 7 by a toe.
Yeah.
They beat the Bengals by 1.
Yeah.
And we all know the Bengals are bad.
That was a lucky.
not right
that
now.
Was a little
They don't
iffy
look
at
hot.
the end too.
Yep. Then they beat the Falcons by only 5. Which
The Falcons didn't look
have
too
looked
hot
good
against
and
the
They've
Seahawks.
looked bad. Yeah,
They
there's
didn't
no
look
in
good
They've
between.
had 50-50 so far.
What you laughing over
Mr.
there,
Mr.
Frank?
Happy.
Mr. Happy Tampa. Oh.
Then
No, not happy, Tampa.
Not
Yeah,
happy Tampa, but happy that the Falcons suck, Frank.
then the Chargers, who are not known for scoring touchdowns and just running the ball out, only beat them by 7. Beat the Saints without Derek Carr, without Chris Olave, without really anybody.
I told you, a lot of it is all like just circumstantial.
And then finally, it was being the 49ers, who the 49ers lost both of their wide receivers in one game.
And Brock Purdy is just
And they still only
Ass.
scored
yeah,
28.
he's ass. I never understood Brock Purdy to begin with, and yeah, if they're gonna do this same cycle again of like how usually they would do with running backs, that they don't extend their running backs. That was like the trend after their rookie contract. If they're gonna do the same thing with quarterbacks, then I don't know, Jim.
I mean, I think there is serious consideration that they could go undefeated. And I know I'm probably saying that a little early. I mean, they're only 6-0, but they have the Raiders. They're going to beat the Raiders.
They still have to play you guys, right?
They have
Yes,
the Buccaneers.
they do.
They have the Buccaneers then after. And now the Buccaneers probably without their 2 best wide receivers.
What
We'll
you
get to
mean?
that.
Sterling Shepard is there.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. That doesn't look like an easy. I really thought the Buccaneers had a chance before this week against the Chiefs. I think they could have won that game easily. Broncos, maybe. Then they have the Bills. Panthers, Raiders, Chargers, Browns. All 4 of those are wins.
That game against the Bills is here, right?
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Then, really, the only 2 teams that I think left have a chance, Texans, Steelers, and maybe the Broncos if Kansas City just sits all their starters, and even then, maybe somehow they go 16-0. I mean,
The Broncos have to pull one out of their
butt.
little booty,
Yep.
and the defense better pop off because that's probably the only thing that is
they gotta
saving them
pull
right
it
now.
out of the horse poop there if they want to win for the Broncos. But I mean, I get it. There's a couple teams in there that are like, oh, they have a good shot at beating the Chiefs. But there's always that teams get lucky at certain times. Teams always, and Andy Reid's team is not an easy team to put down. Let's just put it that way.
Why
Why couldn't he do this?
I'm not like
with Fields.
I'm not like, pushing that down. Like, I really do think a lot of it also has to do with coaching and being able to capitalize on every little detail. So kudos to Andy Reid. But at the same time, it's just like, it's not the Chiefs that we are used to. So I'm interested to see how this all plays out.
Well, they finally invested more into the defense because I think they realized.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of the same with the Bills right now. They are investing more into defense because they know they have a solid quarterback that, with no matter who, they can win games. And yeah, you can say the Bills lost 2 games, but one was a blowout, which was caused by the King. But the other one was a 3-point game. So
it's like they weren't.
And really, the Bills have then now put themselves not really back in the market for offense, but they have at least traded for an offensive weapon. Now Kansas City is kind of seeing that move and like, hey, we got to get a little bit better here.
It's the domino effect.
It is. And I think for DeAndre Hopkins, too, it's a steal that they got him for a 5th.
Yep.
I think a 5th, conditional 4th. I don't know what the condition is. I don't know if it's playing time. I didn't see anything about it. But even if it's a 4th, I mean, we all have to remember, Jahad Dodson got traded to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 3rd and 2 7ths.
Oh, you mean?
And he hasn't done.
You mean former
he
Penn
doesn't
State
have
wide
done-
receiver
I
Jahad
can't say
Dodson.
anything that word, but
he
yeah,
hasn't
you know what
done-
I'm going.
he hasn't done squat, but you got to understand there is like a reason to the madness, and it just doesn't help that Tennessee is being the dumb kid who's in the corner of the classroom turning around now. He is being shunned. He is being shunned. Everybody's looking at him but Kansas City. It's like when, quite literally, Kansas City is the kid who gets put in a group project, and then he puts his name first and gets all the credit. And then Tennessee's just that guy who
We all know that one
did
guy.
part of the work and, gets blamed for everything.
You're pointing.
So,
That's crazy.
I like the move for Kansas City. I just don't like it for the rest of the NFL.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
It's
I
gonna
feel
be
like-
interesting.
What are you talking about? I'm gonna get all cocky here for a second. I really think if we're talking about the Buffalo Bills in particular and who will cover DeAndre Hopkins, I feel confident.
I'm glad you feel like that. Nope. Nope.
No.
Why?
I mean,
Benford's been having a career year.
Yeah.
Rasul has been having
Rasul
a very
Douglas.
sneaky, quiet, good year. I think the outside corners are great. And they can cover DeAndre. I mean, we saw them cover DeAndre just a week ago. It's kind of funny that we face him in a couple of weeks again.
again, yeah.
And he'll probably be learning, he'll be up to speed with the playbook. But you also have to remember, how did the Chiefs beat us? Oh, yeah. Speed, screens, Worthy, Hardman, Kelsey. Those are their three weapons. I'm more worried that Kansas City will use Hopkins as a decoy against the Bills when they're throwing these little quick screens, the end rounds to the wide receiver, whether that be Hardman or Worthy. I'm worried just about the speed. And that kind of leads me to another point for the Bills. Go trade for a linebacker. I think you need to train for either a middle linebacker as a rental for 1 year. I get it. Matt Milano can be back this season, but there's always the worry that what if he has a setback? Then you're going with Dorian Williams the rest of the year. Do you really want to go with Dorian Williams the rest of the year? I don't know. He's been great tackle-wise.
I was going to say...
We're one of the best teams in tackles,
Yes.
which is phenomenal for him. Phenomenal. Especially after losing Dodson to Seattle. I think Dorian Williams has done a great job of setting up, but I think you need somebody who can do better in coverage. And I think you can also maybe get a defensive tackle. I think Ed's been very underdeveloped this year, just underperforming, rather.
Well, Ed has also been injured.
Ed's been injured, but even before that, he was underperforming. He just hasn't shown up yet. I'm still waiting for that show up. Austin Johnson has done okay. I mean, I forget he's on the team half of the time, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he's a guy on our team. Daquan's doing his job, got no problems with him.
I was going to say, I feel like Dwayne Carter has stepped into that role now.
Carter has done a good job, but they're still doing that rotation too much that, you see him for a little bit. He sometimes gets a good play, and then he's off for Johnson. So it's, I think you just need that one more big guy to deal with either a big running back, Derrick Henry, if you ever see the Ravens again, or if you need, I don't want to go back to a situation where A.J. Klein is covering Travis Kelce for a whole game in
reliable
divisional.
A.J. Klein.
Yeah, I love the guy, but
He's officially retired now.
Yeah.
So we can't.
We can't call him up
more-
before he
no
goes on
more
vacation with his
overlap.
family, camping, his camping vacation.
Oh my
He's going camping this year. Guess he made that promise to his family. Bills aren't calling me this year, honey. I'm going camping. But I think you just need that one more big guy. I know some people are like trade for safety. I could see Buda Baker. Yeah. I mean, it depends how much you like DeMar Hamlin or not.
I don't mind. I don't mind Hamlin.
I don't mind it.
Career
I don't mind.
interceptions.
It's
I don't
back
mind
and forth.
Hamlin.
It's back and forth.
See, I feel like Alex on the shot clock. He always hates on Hamlin, and honestly, I don't see an issue with Hamlin, especially with the development that he's been having. Like, he definitely has been having, obviously, a career year, but it's just one of those things where I feel like opposite of Cam Lewis, I feel like it's fine.
His big thing is that sometimes he gets very lost in coverage. He gets very lost. He sometimes just doesn't read the play well. And that's his big no. He's great tackling. But I mean, even when we were watching, I think it was the Ravens game, if I remember correctly, he overran or underran 3 plays. He just took a wrong angle and wasn't able to be important on the play because he decided to take a certain way instead of maybe cutting out and trying to cut him off later.
Yeah.
That is the problem with Hamlin. I think he's still learning 50-50. And it's like some weeks are good. Some weeks are great. some weeks are dog. And it's just like, at some point, if you want to continue to be good, you need to turn that 50-50 guy into a 80-20 guy. Like, mistakes happen. I mean, I'm not going to say that he has to be 100% perfect. Nobody should be expecting any player to be 100% perfect. Things are going to happen. But I need the switch to happen. I need it to click. I need it to click at some point, and now is that some point. But I think the Bills just need one more guy on defense. One more. Even at defensive end. I'm open to a Myles Garrett. I know a lot of people. I think you're a little bit too much if you're trying to go for Myles Garrett.
Way too much.
That'd be a great addition, though.
It'd be fantastic in a perfect world, but you got to think about the cha-ching, cha-ching.
And the thing is, too, I mean, you're getting Vaughn back in, 2 weeks' time now, or 1 week time? We're very close to the return of Von Miller, who is known as your closer, even though Epinesa has done a great job stepping in. Greg is being Greg. Let Greg be Greg. I know some people were like, trade Greg for Myles Garrett. I'm like, no, I'd rather have Greg.
That's literally what Alex said, and I told him, I'm like, no, I'd rather have yourself.
I'd rather have Greg. I'd rather sign Greg to a long-term deal than deal with something Cleveland made. I don't like any of Cleveland's contract, hence why they're bottom of the barrel. But I think to end the point, one more big body on defense, and I think that was partially Nick Morrow's job when we signed him. And then we learned, oh, this guy stinks. Thank you, Chris.
Let me ask you the question that I always ask everyone.
Yeah.
But I think you need one more big type guy who can either make the tackles or take on one of the big guys that you have a problem with, hence like Kelsey or Derrick Henry, and just control it there. And I think that this team looks 10 times better.
Can I ask you, who would you want?
Middle linebacker wise, probably. I've given it some thought. It's a very new idea that I created today.
Okay.
I will say it's a very new idea that I created today. So it's not full-fledged. I know trade personnel that I want. That's why I mentioned Budda Baker for the safety. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't hate to see. I know it's not the biggest name in the world, but Boogie Basham did get waived, put him back on the practice squad with the Bills. Maybe not the worst thing in the world. I mean, he has experience in your system. I don't know how much Babich and Sean like him. I get it. He would be like a fifth guy on our roster.
I don't hate it, but I
you
also
did
don't
draft
like
him
it.
for a reason. You had to draft him for a reason. You liked him for something in the second round. He just had to do something to get your interest. So
makes sense. That's valid.
Speaking of linebackers, I was gonna say Devin White's out there, but
nope. Yeah, he is now.
He
in
just
Houston.
got signed. Yeah,
he's now in Houston. So
you wouldn't want him anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank.
Forget that bum.
Yeah,
Mans didn't even play a single down.
Brother got a big ass ego and thinks I'm better than everyone. They're not. Sit down.
I think a good one too. If we're looking at safety, Andre Cisco from Jacksonville.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
I think he's good. I know
that'd be sexy.
Real sexy.
Probably linebacker.
Sexy
Divine Diablo from the Raiders.
Leads the league
he's a linebacker.
Sex.
I know he plays for the Raiders, but Raiders players sometimes do better when they're out of the Raiders organization.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but will that change their off the field behavior?
Oh, what? Why are we bringing Henry Ruggs into this? We don't.
Well,
I mean, I know there's a lot of others
every time
too,
I think of the Raiders, I always just think of.
He is in prison. He's done.
All right.
There's no more talk about
Henry
Ruggs.
We did go off on a little tangent there because we did start off with news, but I want to move on to a game that there's two games that happened on Monday. I know Frank doesn't want to talk about one of them, but it's okay.
No, we can.
We're going to talk about that one anyways.
Chris, do the thing.
It was the Baltimore Ravens going to Tampa Bay and coming out with the win.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, do you want to start things off? I know it wasn't pretty for you. It wasn't pretty for the wide receivers.
I already told Dan this, and I'm going to start my point off with this. I'm not mad at Todd Bowles.
Really?
I'm not mad at Todd Bowles for having Chris Godwin out there.
I agree with Frank on this too.
We saw Chase McLaughlin do a beautiful onside kick, and you're telling me he can't do it again with the speed that we have, I was not upset with having Chris Godwin out there.
I mean, he's a top-tier receiver.
But I lose Mike Evans and Chris Godwin on the same damn night!
I'm sorry.
Baker looked dumb. Everyone looked dumb. Zion McCollum, he picked up the ball and ran 30 yards with 12 guys on his back. Cool, I did that last night. No one congratulated me on that.
Congrats, Frank.
Thank you.
Wait, you had...
Wait,
say that again. You had how many guys on your back?
The pause just says it all.
Antoine Winfield Jr. looked lost. I don't know what was wrong with him last night. Christian, the defense looked absolutely abysmal. Luke Gadecki, take the Guardian cap off because clearly it's constricting too much brain waves happening to your brain because something's wrong.
Jeez.
Can't have 3 penalties that result in close to almost 50 yards for us. It was just a bad night. It was just a bad night, and that score should not be. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. When I was with Justin watching it, I go, this is where the season dies. Tonight, you saw the season die. That is until the Buccaneers get Cooper Kupp, and then we're full back in, baby.
I don't think they need Cooper Kupp. They got Sterling Shepard.
I do love me some Sterling Shepard, though. In all seriousness.
None of you were saying this.
One. What are you talking?
None of you were saying this 4 weeks ago.
No,
I wasn't a part of this.
Hey,
Frank,
Sterling
I'm not a part
Shepard.
of that conversation because I'm usually on Tuesdays, Thursdays, 2 to 4 p.m.
You were not saying that 4 weeks ago on a Tuesday, Thursday. No one was talking about Sterling Shepard.
No, Frank,
I'm not talking about
right, because we
we're not talking
expecting...
about. Hey, we're not talking about him now.
Calm down, brother.
Hey,
calm down.
I love you so much. Calm down.
Just take it easy, man.
Are screwed. We're screwed.
Can't's the real C word. That just sounds like negativity to me, Frank.
Chris.
Sick. Can't. Screwed. Doesn't matter. We can put it. Format it
The
however you
Bucs
want.
can do it.
No, they can't.
You just gotta
No,
believe.
they can't. No, they need to make a trade
Believe!
to do it. They need to make a trade to do it. No, we are not doing Ted Lasso.
We're
We're
not Ted
not doing
I'm
Ted
not
Lasso.
believing.
Any given Sunday, buddy.
You're right.
I mean,
Any given Sunday.
Yes. Baker Mayfield to Trey Palmer for about 5 yards, and Trey Palmer gets lit up.
you just spoke that into existence.
Look, see?
What do you mean existence? It's
gonna happen.
Existing already. What are you
That's
talking
true.
about?
That's true.
It's not existence. It's been my existence
Yeah.
for 7 weeks, Daniel.
Yeah. And it's funny, too. I do want to get back on Todd Bowles because a lot of people are giving him a lot of grief for that move. You're in the National Football League.
Yeah.
If you are not out there to win,
You're
you are
trying to
not.
win.
You should not be a coach.
We're down 10 with close to a minute left.
And I also love how some people on Twitter, I saw this a lot. Oh, how could you go, even if you went down, scored a field goal or a touchdown, you can't do an onside kick again? What do you mean?
What do you mean you can't?
Right.
Chase McLaughlin.
What?
Some people thought that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers used all the onside kicks that they are allowed, which is completely false because...
Do these people watch football?
Great question. Great question. Because the only reason that would get into their heads if they were listening in on the owners meeting where they voted on if the onside kick should only be limited to 2 tries. You only get 2 attempts at the onside kick. Well, they didn't agree to it.
Yeah.
They let the
Because it's
onside
dumb.
kick.
That's why.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So. I guess some people got that in their head. I mean, I saw like an article on it. I'm like, what a stupid article.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is
Agreed.
idiotic. You don't know the rules? Like, but I agree with Frank 100%. Godwin deserved to be out there. What happened to him is horrible.
Yeah.
What even ticks me off even more, has there been a hip drop tackle penalty called this year?
I don't think
because
so.
that is 100% a hip drop tackle.
And they're investigating post game.
Right.
On Roquan Smith.
No, it's basically becoming, there could be a penalty on this. We won't do anything till the game's over.
Yeah, I feel like
if you want to do that,
It's
that's
so
fine.
annoying.
But don't make it a penalty.
Like, God,
don't
people are
make
so
it a
annoying,
15-yard
bro.
penalty.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? Let's wait until we see fan reactions,
Right.
and then go from there. I feel like that's what they're doing.
You're also giving the refs too much leeway
to make
with
mistakes.
the decision to whether call it a hip drop tackle or not, because there's a lot of tackles now that are at the waist. And it's not that they're going down and pulling their legs down. They are just straight up hitting them in the waist. And they're letting go after, usually, but it's still enough to bring them down, or they go for the legs. They just move the tackle location.
Yeah.
It's what we're learning is that this hip drop tackle rule means
It's
absolutely
nothing.
nothing. It's in the rules for no reason. The refs don't know how to enforce it. Then everybody gets ticked, or people go, "Oh, well, it should have been this," even though it's game's over. You can't do anything about it now. I mean, if you add 15 yards to the end of that play, you're at least at maybe the midfield line. I mean, Baker's got a good enough arm, great enough arm to throw a 45-yard, 50-yard touchdown. Not out of the question, even if it is to McMillan or Sterling Shepard or Trey Palmer. I mean, they
Or
had
Cade Otton.
or Cade Otton, or in your case on Monday, Rashad White, because oh my God, did that man have a day? But I mean, it's not out of the question to say if they're at the 50-yard line, they do a deep pass. You have about 35 seconds left when he gets into the end zone. You get the extra point. You do the onside kick. That's where you're at. I mean, it's a 50 or probably more like a 75, 25 chance to get the ball back. But I mean, you did it once. You can do it again. I mean, it's always in the cards to happen again. I mean, we've seen, I hate to bring it up because it's so bad in our history, but Music City Miracle. And there's still talk of.
Did I ever tell you guys that Music City Miracle? Did I ever tell you guys that Music City Miracle is my parents' wedding anniversary?
Oh, that's fun.
It's like literally the day they got married was when Music City Miracle happened.
Oh, wow.
And they're still married. So, and my dad's a huge Bills fan, so
that's great.
Something.
Also, Daniel.
Yeah.
Can you retract your statement about our three-headed monster?
Why? Wait, what did you say?
That's going to now. That's going to now save us.
Did you say that on Monday?
I do
What
not.
happened?
I like Bucky. I like Rashad now. Sean Tucker does nothing for me.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
5
Sean
attempts for
Tucker does
49
nothing
yards.
for me. You are a two-headed dragon. You should stay that way.
Whoa.
Jeez.
That is what I feel. Rashad White has now earned his receiving back role and has earned more time. Bucky is a great up-the-middle type of guy. Tucker's good if you want to give both of them a rest, but like I said before, he's your third-string guy for a reason. It's like when...
No, obviously. But when we use all three, it worked.
Just use Bucky. That's all you need.
I think you just need Bucky and Rashad, and you'll be fine. I think that's all you need.
No,
I don't think you need Sean.
I like having the option of throwing Sean out there. And it working.
I think you should keep Sean a secret because in case of Rashad or Bucky gets hurt again,
Secret? He was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
That's 1 week, though. A lot of teams don't learn a lot.
A 1 week wonder.
What do you mean secret?
I didn't say 1 week wonder, Chris. You can't put words in my mouth that I did
I'm
not.
not.
You can't do this to me, Chris. He's already mad enough at me. Don't make it worse.
No, I just hate the situation I'm in.
I won't retract my statement. I still believe 2 heads is better than 3.
Cool. Hope Ray Davis.
Jeez.
Never mind. No, I'm not going to go that far.
Hey, yo.
Not going to go that far.
Hey, yo, what?
You're
crazy.
I will say this, Frank. I feel like I had something to do with it in some way because I traded you Chris Godwin. And then just like ever since then, I was like, wow, this sucks. And just
so you're the man. So you're the man I have to murder.
Yeah, you can blame me, I guess. I was talking to my girlfriend about it too.
I'm sawing off your ankle, and it's being sewn onto Chris Godwin's foot.
Okay, I'll give him my ankle for you, buddy.
Chris for Chris.
Exactly.
No, not even for me. For all of Tampa.
It really would be for all of Tampa.
For all of Tampa. And by the way, Adam Schefter, you lemon. When you tweet out about a player injury, don't remind me that this could be his last game as a Buccaneer. You absolute dip. All right?
Dip, potato.
Because as I'm sitting there, and Ari puts out a wonderful tweet that's just like, he's getting carted off. Let's hope for the best. Ian Rappaport puts out a tweet like, let's just hope for the best. Adam Schefter, Chris Godwin being carted off what could be his last game for the regular season Buccaneer. I was like, are you kidding me? This is why people don't like you. I can't believe I have had the dishonor of meeting you once, Sir Adam Schefter. You POS. And he does this all the time.
He does.
And he gets away with it.
He does.
Also, Sleeper, don't text me that Chris Godwin is questionable 15 minutes after the game is over.
Oh,
As I didn't see
They
his ankle
notified
wobbling off the field.
Yeah, that way his ankle looked was.
Don't give me the thing today that, Chris Godwin has been turned on. He's out now. Thanks, Sleeper.
Look, shout out to Sleeper for giving you those notifications, buddy.
Yeah, without it, I would have been lost.
They
I
thought
would have
you
been like, what's happening?
Danger.
Without it, if I wasn't, I was watching the game, saw the ankle, but thank God Sleeper stepped in because I had no idea what was happening.
See, I watched like the first half because like we were pretty close at the beginning, and then it just went down. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
What are you talking? Oh, you're talking about fantasy?
Fantasy, yeah.
You think I care anymore?
Yeah.
I traded
You
away
do.
CeeDee Lamb.
That's the crazy part.
I wanted
him.
I wanted
and then
him for 3 weeks.
I don't care anymore. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you
talk
know
to
what?
me at a
That's
week 11.
okay. That's
Talk
why
to
I
me at a
traded you
week
Chris
11.
Godwin. But you know what? Whatever.
You can pick
Whatever.
up Chris Godwin.
I could, but you know what? I'm not going to. Why would I?
I'm going to pick him up again.
Why would I? You're going to drop him to pick him back up?
Yep.
Are you okay? All right. Moving on to, there was another game Monday. Do we even want to
This
talk
game
about
blew.
this?
Who cares?
This game was absolute garbaggio.
Puns.
The Chargers could only get field goals. How do you throw for 349 yards and not get a single touchdown pass?
That is a great question.
Like, what are you doing here?
Hey, I have a stat that I saw that is very telling. This game only drew in 1.8 million viewers. Only.
Great. So that means that the rest of the nation saw my spirit
Yeah,
die.
everybody else was watching that game. No, that's also the other problem.
And it's ESPN Plus exclusive, which I understand like why they would want to like, do that, but at the same time it's like there's the difference between ESPN Plus and the Netflix Christmas game that's going to be happening. More people most likely have Netflix compared to ESPN Plus.
Have we found out what that game is?
Well, it's funny. You can play every NHL game on ESPN Plus, and it would probably get about the same viewership as one Monday Night Football game.
So what
that
does
you
that
put
tell
on
you?
there.
Also, I never was a fan of Monday Night doubleheaders to begin with.
No, they're stupid. They're just money grabs.
Literally, I
They're
never
just money
understood
grabs.
it. And it's one of those things where it's like, guys, like, we don't care about the other game. There's a reason why I'm watching this game versus the other game. I'm not going to be toggling back and forth. And I'm talking specifically about when we had to have the Monday night header again. Because we had that in 2022 with the Titans as well.
Yeah, yeah. And what was that game that was shared with us this year? Bills and Jacksonville,
And then
Miami.
Bengals and Commanders.
Oh, was it Bengals Commanders?
It was. It was.
I thought it was Miami, Tennessee.
No, it was.
Oh, that was the week later.
No, it was Jaden Daniels' like breakout game.
Okay, maybe that's actually a good game.
It's like NFL.
I thought it was Miami, Tennessee. I was like, oh, you just had horrible picks.
It's like NFL. Why are you putting double headers on Monday? Money.
It really is.
I like money.
Literally, though. But
What
that
exactly
second
made
game-
you decide to build a second Krusty Krab next to the original? Money.
No, but that second game was just
No, stop.
absolute garbaggio.
Hey, except James Conner. He's him.
Yeah.
Marvin
I guess-
Harrison, still, I don't know if Kyler can't see him.
Is he
Still
too
wondering.
short? Too short to see
I don't
that?
know if he's too short, if he's too busy with the COD partnership. I'm very
Look,
back
he's
and
going to
forth
be
here.
busy come this Friday. 'Cause that's all he's... My guy's hyped about it. Is that what you're going to be doing? Is that what you're going to be doing, Frank? This guy.
I'm going to queue up with Kyler.
You're going to... Oh, my
I'm going to end up in the same lobby as Kyler Murray.
Are you going to prestige with him?
And I'm going to tell him to throw the ball to Marvin Harrison now.
No, tell him to throw
Are
it at Trey McBride.
Are you going to bully him in the COD lobby?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Like the good
I'm
old
throwing
days?
it back to 2008 Modern Warfare.
Oh, please don't do
or
that.
2009
Please
Modern
don't
Warfare.
do that.
I'm,
Adam Schefter just tweeted out.
Oh, God.
oh, God.
Buccaneers officially placed wide receiver Chris Godwin on injured reserve due to his dislocated ankle. He's expected
No
to
way.
be out for the season.
He really said, hey, guys, there's this show that's on it from 2 to 4 p.m. on this local college radio station in Buffalo. And this one guy's a big Tampa Bay Bucs fan. Let's, piss him off even more.
Right. I love how there's nobody saying,
I thought he
everybody's
was
been saying that for, the past
Conveniently
5
during the
days.
show.
I thought
Everybody's been saying that for the past 2 days, and you're like, oh, yeah, just as a reminder.
But yeah, I thought he was going to play next week.
It's
know.
right there.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
right.
Did Sleeper notify you again?
No, it was Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 30 seconds ago.
He's really going to explode on
They
the internet.
they really want everyone to know that this is just
Frank's going to write a full-fledged email saying, hey, Adam,
stop it.
stop it.
Please
Do
stop.
your job better.
Hey,
Oh my
so
God.
Stop doing this to me.
Buccaneers tweeted out, good luck, Orlando Magic.
Orlando Magic.
Orlando tragic.
Whoa.
Okay. Before we go on to break, though, I want to move on to the other football.
I'm going to kill Amenosby.
Why? What did I do?
But yes, let's
We're going to
discuss.
discuss this other football. But before we discuss this, I want to play just a quick clip
Oh, no.
because
Uh-oh.
this guy is just absolutely legendary.
Oh, God.
Let's just take a listen.
And wrecking crew here on this run. Vinny, Vici. He comes, he sees, he conquers. He's got support to the left of him. He says, I see you, I don't need you. Magisterial. Look where this starts. The ball is
Just
won
wait for
brilliantly
it.
by
Just wait for
Bellingham. And then this is a Vinny show. Dortmund stretched out like spandex on Miami Beach. Wonderful accuracy from the Brazilian.
Stretched out
I love
like spandex on Miami Beach.
Look, you already got the accent going for me, but then once you say that,
Legendary commentator Ray
most
Hudson.
legendary call I've ever heard.
We love this man.
That's so funny.
There's so much more. I can just show so much more. But if you don't know, we had Champions League yesterday, and oh my God, did it deliver.
Come on, you Gunners. Oh, to goal, 1-0.
Brother, you had to win against, who was it? Shakhtar. Brother, who are they? Brother,
Brother,
who?
brother, ew.
Who are they, brother?
Brother, you know Shakhtar.
You needed an own goal to win against a bum team.
Yeah, I know. We are desperate need of a striker.
Yep.
Could have got Mape for free, but you know. He did leave PSG for free. I just want that to be known.
How many? Who leads Real Madrid in goals?
How many Champions League does Arsenal have?
Ah, that hurts.
Yeah.
That one stung.
But if you don't know, also,
How many Premier League titles does Real Madrid have? 0.
brother, that makes no sense.
Real Madrid has 0 Premier League
How
titles.
many La Liga
Okay,
titles?
how
How
many
many FA Cups does Real Madrid have?
How many La Liga?
0.
How many La Liga titles do the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have? Do we know?
Different sport.
But that's what you're basically saying.
No, same
Okay.
sport.
Anyway, if you didn't see yesterday, Real Madrid just did Real Madrid things. They were losing 2-0 going into the 60th minute.
Mhm.
And then the goals just kept coming. 2-1 after the 60th minute, 2-2 after the 63rd minute. And if you don't know anything about Madrid, they love a comeback. So the format changed, as we did allude to earlier in the show. And as of right now, they're sitting 9th in the Champions League table. Arsenal is surprisingly sitting 6th. And Frank has no idea, probably.
Premier League table?
Nope.
Champions
It's
League.
Champions League.
Champions
Yeah.
League.
It's
Just-
1 win.
What do you mean?
You're fourth.
You're 2 wins and 1 draw, buddy,
Yeah.
in Champions League. Do you not know about your own team?
Wait, I thought Champions League
We were
started
talking
yesterday.
about.
Yeah.
No, it did not start. It resumed. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Like the
resumed.
first
Oh,
games resumed.
Yes.
Oh my God, this man's
This
lost.
guy is now finally into the conversation.
You know, Frank. You're as good as Sporting. Or Monaco.
And you're as good as Man U. All right, that's ass.
Look, they were good
They were good.
Yes.
in the past.
9 years ago.
Wow.
Y'all
Also-
remember Wayne Rooney?
Have you seen him now?
Yeah, he's fat and bald and
Hey,
ugly.
hey. That's Wayne Rooney you're talking about.
Yeah, DC
DC United
legend
legend.
Wayne Rooney.
Like, what a guy.
What a guy. Isn't he the what team does he coach for? Not Celtic.
I'm pretty sure he got sacked.
Derby.
Yeah.
Derby? I knew it was one of those stupid
It's
North.
some bum team.
Aston Villa's first.
It,
In
in
Champions League.
Champions League?
Yeah, they're first.
They are.
They're
3-0. Wow.
They haven't conceded a goal yet.
Well, I mean, who do they play?
I was gonna say, who are those bums
Who,
playing?
who of the AI to be exact?
Young Boys, Bayern Munich, and
They beat Bayern Munich.
Okay,
Yep.
hold on.
and
serious?
Hold on.
Bologna.
Bologna. No
Bologna.
way.
Whoa.
No way.
Also, Barcelona.
Barcelona's playing
20th?
Bayern here in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Are we going to see another 8-2, guys?
Probably.
most likely.
Most likely.
Most likely.
Most likely.
Leipzig plays Liverpool.
Yep. We got some good games, I think, today.
Oh, Brest
pretty
and
sure.
Leverkusen.
Is that game still tied?
No.
It's 1-1.
Yeah,
It's still 1-1?
It's done.
It's done?
It's done.
So Brest got a point.
Brest got a point.
Brest were playing firm football today.
I can't wait for Atletico Madrid to lose to Lille.
To Lille. And then Young Boys and Inter. Oh my gosh.
You love young boys.
Yeah, the only good game at 3 o'clock in 10 minutes is Bayern and What'd you just say?
Yeah. I'm like, I hope
It took me a minute.
It just, you
I
had
had
the
to-
buffer. You had the buffer.
Look, I'm
going.
still on Windows 7, okay?
Love young boys.
We love Young Boys.
Oh God, what, Frank?
No, look, I love young boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
What does that say?
know
What does
this.
it say? What's that team name?
Inner? No,
What's
what?
above it?
Young Boys?
Yeah. Love young boys.
Young Boys
okay.
are nice to hang out with.
Oh.
Oh.
The team.
You are slow.
What are you
I'm
talking
I'm
about?
working on an assignment while y'all are talking soccer because I don't know jack about soccer, but
You know Christian Pulisic, who had an absolute banger?
Dude, that dude
Even
has
though
been
they can't win
playing.
a
Pico?
game.
What do you mean? They beat.
What?
Oh, well, Club. Whatever.
It's Club Bruges, but Club Bruges is like a
Oh, did they actually win a game?
Yeah.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1.
Sorry.
Christian Pulisic scored an
They
Olympico
didn't
from
win
the
a game
corner.
before.
Yeah?
No, this is.
That was absolutely
Heckers.
insanity.
No, they didn't win a game before. They were 0-2 before.
No,
Yeah.
that's what you're
yesterday.
talking about. I thought you said that they didn't win yesterday. I
No,
was
no,
like,
no.
we
I
did.
didn't know they won.
Yeah.
I didn't know they won.
Well, I mean, they're playing against a fourth league team
Yep.
in Belgium. Let's
They
be
should.
real here.
Yeah, they.
And they also got a red card in the 40th minute,
Yeah.
but they also let in a goal in the 50th. I don't know.
I don't
That's
know
why
how
we
that
love the
works.
beautiful
How
game.
does that work?
That's why we love the beautiful
Doesn't
game.
matter, but Pulisic scored in the 34th minute.
It's
Yeah.
like how Arsenal can lose to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
It's crazy how Man U just doesn't make it to anything anymore.
But what do you mean? They're in Europa League.
Yeah, we're in.
That's,
Oh,
that's a
my
tournament.
man!
That's a tournament, buddy.
That's a
They're still in
tournament.
FA Cup.
Yeah, we won the FA Cup. Very
Yeah,
recently.
that's what made them go into the Europa League.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of crazy. And my man's just shaking his head.
I've won the FA Cup more recently than the FA Cup Central of Arsenal. Where's Arsene Wenger when you need him?
My God. Look, this dude, Mikel Arteta. This dude, I don't know how many times you can say trust the process.
I don't know why he talks.
Why?
I don't understand it anymore. I don't understand why God himself allowed Dan Dale to speak words.
Oh my God.
What the
John
hell?
Granato also asked that same question for 2 years.
Period.
He still goes to bed
Yeah,
nightmares
still.
with Dan Dale in attendance at Key Bank Center.
He's like, Daddy!
And now I have nightmares just hearing
No.
mid, Frank, mid. I enjoy mid teams, but you're worse.
That and aw.
Ah!
Aw.
But yes, Brest did tie 1-1 with Leipzig. Or is that who
Leverkusen?
they played? Leverkusen. Different.
Xabi
I'm
Alonso's
so
team.
sorry.
They scored actually early in the 24th minute and then just couldn't win.
Who plays today?
Uh,
Liverpool versus Leipzig.
Yeah.
His name is Lucho. He came from Porto. He came to score, came to score, came to score, score, score. Luis Diaz, he's from Baracas, and he plays for Liverpool. Na 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 na, na 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 na, la
Gotta play it now. We love soccer chants. It's a dude I'm doing a live guitar.
You gotta sing along. You gotta sing along.
I don't know the words. La la.
La 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 la. Luis Diaz, Baracas, and he plays for Liverpool.
Period. Yeah.
There's a Porto.
Okay.
He came to score,
Yeah.
came to score, came to score, score, score.
Hey.
Luis Diaz, he's from
Yeah.
Baracas,
Yeah.
and he plays for Liverpool.
Yeah, yeah.
La 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 la, la 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 la, la. Luis Diaz, he's from Baracas, and he plays for Liverpool.
Yo, all I see is
Beautiful.
freaking Dan. We're like all like bouncing around and jamming out, and Dan has his headphones like over his eyes and just banging his head. It's like head banging. I'm like, what is going on?
Do we listen to the Mohamed Salah one? That's also good. Do you even know it?
No.
I don't think I know
You don't know
Salah
it?
one.
I don't know this
Oh
one.
my god.
He's always scoring. It's Mohamed Salah. I kick
From Allah. Come from Roma.
He's always scoring. It's almost golden. So please don't take Mohamed away. Mohamed Salah. I kick from Allah. He killed from Roma.
You just can't go wrong with these chants, man.
Then they
I'm telling
slap.
you.
I won't lie to y'all.
The only
they,
one
they,
that
they
makes me,
slap.
the only one that makes me emotional is Jota.
Jota? Really?
Oh my god, Jota on the wing,
Oh.
Jota on the wing, Jota on the wing, Jota on the wing. When he scores, you make the Celtics sing.
Jota, no way.
There's so many,
Jota.
dude.
Jota on the
No
wing.
I love that song. That one's a good one. That was in my playlist for a time being.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, Halan's the best one.
I gotta admit, people gave me weird stares when I started singing it. And I'm like,
You're just going.
yeah, I actually started doing the chant. People are like,
Oh my god.
what's wrong with this man? And I'm like, come on!
Look, those chants are the
What
best,
are you
though.
doing?
I've-
Why? Why, Frank? Show them what you just.
What is going
He
on?
takes a picture and he looks like he's trying to do the Chad face, and I'm like, stop it right now. Stop.
The resort
What?
couldn't help the Mets win
Jesus.
the NLCS. It
Oh.
won't help you now.
Rest in peace.
This face was before the Riddler.
They literally.
You beta.
Did you call him a beta? No shot.
Chris, turn off his mic.
No shot.
I don't know what that means.
It's not bad.
I don't know what that means. I'm
I mean-
cool.
Do you want me to curse in Spanish?
I'm not hip.
Do you want
No! No! No, I heard
No
that.
mames, güey.
No!
Diablo, no mames, güey.
No.
Can we?
No.
We can't.
No,
we can't
No, we
say
can't.
that.
No, and no. I may not be able to understand it, but I know the word no.
God, I just want to like pull out some Spanish randomly, but at the same time, I don't.
I would not
Because
understand anything
I
of it.
would be saying.
I have taken Spanish 4 times, and I still just don't understand it. I'm not good with languages. I'm just not.
Hey, Dan?
I can't
Hold on.
English
Dan,
either, buddy.
I'm just gonna ask you a simple word.
Mhm.
Milk.
What? Milk
What's milk
A drink.
in
in
Spanish?
Spanish.
Oh.
Leche?
Look at my guy
You
go.
said it. Also, what do they teach you? What's beans?
Well, it's said differently.
Yeah, I
depending
know,
where-
but what's the correct one? Daniel, if you get this, I'll love you forever.
And don't Google it either.
Doo-doo-doo.
There's one answer.
What
I
is it?
reject all the other ones.
I don't know.
What do you say?
I say the correct one.
Which is.
Which is what?
Expand.
Habichuela.
Oh, yes!
Get
My
out
guy
of here,
knows.
frijoles! Get out!
Who calls it frijoles?
Losers! Losers, Christopher! Losers
Never
call
in
it
my
frijoles.
life.
Frijoles. No, give me some arroz con habichuela.
Con
Con
tostones.
tostones. Little panillo. You have a little panillo on the side, little pupón.
Dame mofongo y mangú también.
What is
I'm
it?
getting hungry.
Oh, I actually really want mofongo right
getting
now.
hungry, dude.
I actually really want mofongo. I've been craving really good food. I want mofongo.
Y'all want to go get Mexican before the game?
My guy Frank.
That guy may run
The
out
guy
of the building
who-
You
now.
want to get Mexican? We're talking about mofongo. We're getting Mexican? I'm going to stab her.
That's racist.
You think all the Spanish foods belong to Mexico?
No.
huh?
Okay.
No, it's Puerto Rican, and I even know that.
Is there a Puerto Rican food restaurant that we can go to then?
I have no idea, actually.
Niagara
I've never
Cafe.
looked.
Shout out my girlfriend.
On West Side,
For
right?
no, yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's on West Side.
I think I live like
Period.
5 minutes away.
It's good. But if you really want to get some good Dominican, right down the road on Mama's, La Casa de Sabores.
Where is this?
It's literally right down the road.
From campus?
Yeah, like that Grant entrance, that
Yeah,
light.
Grant.
Literally just go straight. It's right there.
On Grant Street or Amherst Street?
Now
We
this
don't know.
man's
We
got
don't
to
know.
search
signs.
it
We
up
don't know.
on
I
the
don't
map.
know streets.
Go
Go to
on,
Google
yeah, I
Maps.
don't know streets. I know landmarks. Okay.
No, it's okay. I'm that same way. I am that same way, Chris. I'm like, I don't know what the street's called, but there's a church and there's a
Letchworth.
library. Get there.
Oh, okay, okay.
Letchworth.
It's on the other end.
That one. But I think.
Y'all still
Huh?
want to get...
Breaking news.
Breaking news?
What?
We have
What?
breaking
Not
news?
really breaking news, but just kind of things to keep an eye on.
Yes.
Former Jets head coach Robert Saleh was spotted today at the Packers practice with Matt LaFleur.
Ooh.
They said, you get the Devontae Adams, them no.
You
We
guys
just
can
said
have
to get
Devontae.
We'll
take your
we'll
coach.
take Robert Saleh.
Oh, thank you very much.
Wait, for what?
I don't know. He's
what,
just
in
there.
what role? I mean,
He's just there.
Joe Barry got fired last
He's
year
just
from
there.
defensive coordinating because, he sucked.
Does that affect Salah's contract if he gets signed by
I
another
don't.
team?
I don't know, 'cause-
That's a good question.
Because that man is getting paid $20 million a year.
Yeah, you're
If-
correct. You are correct on that
You're
one.
right. It's not like he's going to... It's not like he's going
I'm
over to
very-
college like
why
Matt
would
Rule.
you? I mean, I understand you want to do coaching, and that's great. I like coaching too. That's why it's
But
my
Robert,
But
you're young. Take the
$20
money
million
now.
dollars.
Take the money.
Take the money.
It's
like
not
you
about the
and
money,
Doug
Spider-Man.
Peterson, wait a year.
Yeah, you got the rest of your life to coach. You're a young.
you're set.
You're a young bunny. All right.
A young
Be ready to
bunny.
hop soon, but let's collect the bread real quick. All right, Robert.
Okay. On that note, I think we're going to take a short little break here.
That sounds wonderful. Because this
to the
devolved
top
into
of
a
the
train
hour.
wreck.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Enjoy these short few messages.
Haskin into center. Alex Tuck breaks it up. He's got an empty net from James Thompson. Alex Tuck scores!
Welcome back to the Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY Buffalo. Buffalo's original alternative since 1982, brought to you by the Buffalo State Student Activity Fee. I am still your host, Mr. Brotherly Love, Chris Giacobello, and that was a clip from last night's game between the Buffalo Sabres versus the Dallas Stars. Yes, the Sabres did play last night, and we are going to talk about a little bit of that game as well as their play. Still with me in Studio A is just the man himself, the legend, Double D Dan Dale.
I love Payne Krebs.
You love Quirked Up White Boy?
I do love Quirked Up White Boy.
He's good.
He is my Quirked Up White Boy.
He's your guy.
Yep, he is my guy.
Is he the version of Derrick Henry for you in the NHL?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. So he's the
100%.
NHL king.
Yes. Yes. In my mind, yes.
In Dan's mind. All right. But over there still in Studio B, we still have the First Lady of the Blitz, Emma Nosby.
How the hell did the Sabres win last night?
No one knows.
I'm being serious. I didn't even watch any of the game. I was in... Sorry, my phone went off. I was watching basketball the entire time. And then all of a sudden I get texts from Dan being like, "Quirked up white boy," and like all this other stuff, and I'm just like, Jesus, like what is going on? Like it was, I don't get it. I don't get it. You lose to like the really crappy and mid teams, and then you win against the ones that made it into the playoffs last year. Like what?
It happens.
What?
But over there in Studio B is the king himself, Mr. Ethereal, the ever magisterial, Franquito Lopez.
I'd mommy call me Latino. Y Otatabro, Eddie Guerrero. Mexican, by the way. Good job, Emma.
Oh my God.
I want to go home.
You're stuck.
Jesus.
Yeah, I am stuck here.
I want to go home.
Also, Dan, everyone, I know what I'm going to do.
What are you
Since
gonna do?
since I'm not going to know the answers,
You told me.
The answer's
I'm going to make a quiz
Oh.
based around
Oh,
the
you're-
Buffalo Bills out of this.
Oh,
Brother, I'm not going to get any of that.
Yes,
well, I
we
might
have
get some
access
of
to the
that.
2024
I'm gonna
media
do it.
guide up to date.
I'm doing it.
Shout
thank
out.
you, Greg.
Shout out to our chief
Shout out,
engineer, Greg.
I might make an appearance on the Shot Clock show and do a full Buffalo Bills quiz. I mean,
Wait, hey,
well,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
I was gonna say
whoa.
Justin-
All your
Lame.
ideas and
I was gonna say-
games are reserved for here.
I was
Okay,
gonna say
never mind.
Justin's the
Screw you
game
guys.
master.
Yeah.
I love you too,
Retract
Greg.
statement.
But Justin's already our game master, so you have to put it up with Justin.
See,
Which
even
his
worse.
birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, buddy.
See, Frank, I don't care. You want to do a game? Do a game.
it would be for both shows. I'm not going to give them. I'm just not going to hand over the quiz to them.
Yeah,
That's
you
it?
will.
Yeah, don't do that.
Insane?
Yeah, you will.
Might be like, here you go.
Don't hand
guys.
over the secret
Take
formula.
Here's my baby. What are we doing here?
Here's my baby.
That's funny.
Quick, who's the second all-time in leading rushers for the Bills?
OJ. I don't know.
No, OJ.
Is it really?
OJ's
Total
number
guess.
Yeah, OJ's number one.
Chris, when we do the quiz, you start off with 1 point automatically.
Look at that. Look at that.
Off right away. One
No
point.
way, no way, no way, no way, no way.
Franquito, te quiero mucho. Muchísimo.
Ay, corazón.
I mean, did you just lick the mic?
Nope, let's continue. What are we talking
I'm
about?
lost.
All right,
Don't
but
bring it
Lost in
away.
Chris's eyes.
oh my God.
I'm
go
still
home.
lost.
I want to go home.
Okay, all right.
in
I
danger.
played that clip of Alex Tuck scoring the empty net goal for the Sabres
Oh my
last
God.
night.
Great job, Chris.
Thank you. Nobody thought they were going to beat Dallas. Why are you guys so pessimistic about this team?
Because, Chris, do I need to remind you?
Look, buddy.
Don't you go with your believe, can't, whatever rant you want to go on. Can't rant.
Sometimes
I don't need this. I don't
know what Frank's doing over
I
there.
don't know what he's doing either. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. But basically, the reason there's so much, just turn their mics off.
Anything
Just
can
turn their mics
happen.
off. Just turn their mics off. They don't deserve
Anything can happen, Dan. I want you to know that.
mics.
Look, we've seen teams.
Okay, look, if you take away the preseason games in Prague that count
Exactly.
for the regular season, we are 3-2.
It's okay.
You're
still in the beginning.
Yeah.
There's 82 games, buddy.
Less than 82 now.
Okay, well, I mean, there's 82 total
Yeah, there you go.
games. Total.
Oh, God.
Okay? Anything can happen.
It's early. Dad, you've had worse starts with the Sabres
Exactly.
than
Oh my
this.
God.
And
I've
you've
had
been
better,
close.
though.
Yeah, of course. But listen, they've played fine.
You know what? Yeah, they've played great 5-on-5. I gotta
told you.
admit, probably the best 5-on-5 team I've ever seen in my life.
I told you after the Prague games, I said this team is going to be way better than everyone's going to say they are.
You sure
It
about
just
that?
really sucks
Yes.
that you lost to Columbus, and who was the other one that we lost to? The Penguins in OT.
Yeah, that one was just...
That
you
one was
kinda-
just hard. We were ahead.
I didn't realize there were so many accolades going into it for the Penguins. Yeah, you were bound to lose.
Yeah, we were bound. Yeah. No, once you hear accolades and you hear Buffalo Sabres, it's happening.
Also,
that
when
time.
Sidney Crosby's attached to that record.
Right. The original Saber
killer, yeah.
Also, if there's ever a rookie looking for his first goal, he's probably getting it against the Sabres. That's just another thing that happens. I mean, we beat the Blackhawks and the Stars by the same score of 4-2.
Yeah.
So,
It's not bad.
I mean, At least we get the Red Wings next. We need to beat them. They barely beat. Who did they beat last night? I know it was just a low-scoring game. Just very, very bad. Just bad. That's all you can say about it. It was against the Islanders. So boring hockey meets boring hockey. If we beat them, we're tied technically
with the Panthers.
Technically with the Panthers, yes, technically. And if we would beat the Panthers, let's say they win, and then we face them on Monday night. We would technically be better than the Panthers. We would have the season series sweep. Not the sweep, but we would have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's really going to come into effect at the later half of the season.
It could.
It could. I mean, if we're playing like this, Boston doesn't look good. The Maple Leafs look too spotty. The Senators are somehow doing well. Don't know how. And then the Lightning have looked better than I thought they would. Sam Gisgergensen is having fun. That's all I can say there. But, I mean, there's a chance that the Sabres could... I mean, I get it. We're only 8 games in, but it's given me more hope than the past. Hence why there isn't any rant yet. Usually there's a rant by game 5.
It's coming.
Yeah, most likely. Dylan Cousins, please get the puck in the back of the net.
Oh, I thought it was... Whoa.
Can we please just... You had a wide open net and you missed. How you miss a wide open net? It was an empty net. Not even. It was completely wide open, and how do you miss it?
The net moved.
Dan. Calm.
He saw the net move, man.
Oh my God!
It's spooky season. The ghost moved it.
Oh my God! He is not the same as Sam Darnold. Okay, I hope not. I at least hope not. But Greenway looks great. Zucker looks great. I gotta admit, right now, Kulik deserves to be where he is. Had a little bit of a thought. We moved Dylan Cousins down to the third line. We moved Ryan McLeod up. I know Harrington's like, oh, you don't move players, because we were talking about it out in the lounge. Even though he couldn't be on today.
I was going to say, like I said, Evan, don't make promises you can't keep, brother.
So.
Love you.
I know you can change players' ice time, and I understand that. Cousins is still getting 17 minutes a game. That brother does not deserve 17 minutes a game. I mean, he's been doing okay. He just can't get the puck in the back of the net. And it doesn't help when your 2 line mates are only playing 13 minutes a game. Doesn't help. Just doesn't work that way. Just not good. Not good. Also, Matthias Samuelsson, you still suck. Kevin, why'd you give him a 7-year contract? He sucks. Utter sucks. He's lucky he scored a goal this year. It's still not a goal in my mind. Spencer Knight was on his butt. I don't know what else you could have done. If you missed that, oh my God, you deserve to be shipped off to wherever. Just go to the Swedes, go somewhere or other. I don't want to see your face ever in an NHL game again. I feel bad for UPL. You should have shut up. You should have. Then the empty nets happened, and none of our team could, again, put it in the back of the net at any point. So, doesn't help UPL. But, I mean, we looked competent against the Stars. I don't know how that worked. Very lucky win, I do also think, because the Stars, if they get one of those goals that they passed into the slot, like they had a lot of good chances, a lot of high danger chances that they just didn't capitalize on. Really, I could see this game being 5-4 Sabres. Or 5-4 Stars, or, it can go either way. It's really a coin flip if they convert on their high danger chances. They just didn't. They just decide, oh, we'll let you guys have this one. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take a win. Payne Krebs scored a goal. That made my night. That's all that mattered to me. I was happy. I was ecstatic. I jumped around in my room saying, that is my quirked up white boy. And that is all that matters to me.
Yeah, I mean, they played good against a good team. You can't really ask for much. I know they were almost about to lose it at the end, but
I can't wait to lose.
You still came out with a dub.
Who's our next bad team? Wait, I gotta look at this. Who's? I mean, you can make an argument that
Detroit,
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, they're wearing the goat heads that day, aren't they?
Yeah, so they'll win that one.
So they got
No, we face Detroit again on November 2nd, which is a doubleheader after the Islanders game. We're losing. Calling it now. We're losing that game. If we don't lose that game, I am a reverse curse. I should have been doing this the whole time.
My gosh.
Nice.
Let's see. What's the next team that sucks? Oh, Canadians on the 11th. We're going to lose that one.
I thought you were about to just say something about Canadians in general.
No, Frank
We're going
does
to that
for
right
me.
now?
Frank does
Oh,
that for me.
Canada! Those stinky little buggers.
Yeah, Frank does that for me, Emma. I don't need to say anything about Canada.
I know. It was
My
really funny.
slate with Canada is pretty clean. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's clean.
You can have a whole segment about Canada, can't you, Frank? It's
Yep. Oh,
without a doubt.
I will break them down sector by sector.
And then
great
province
baseball fields
by
that
province.
is used for concerts. Love Rogers Center.
Ew. Then also we played the Ducks and Sharks back to back. We're losing both of those in November.
You think you're gonna lose?
22nd, 23rd.
Even the San Jose Sharks.
Yep, and
Especially the San Jose Sharks.
Yep.
Macklin Celebrini will be back in time. Hat trick on your dome.
On your dome.
we might do that as the 20th and the 22nd is Sabres After Dark game.
Sabres After Dark?
Sabres After Dark. They're at 10:30 for
After
road trip.
dark.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Like Monday Night Football.
Wait.
After dark.
Después de noche. Let me stop. Okay. Who did anyone else play yesterday on the Panthers played yesterday?
Everybody played
Everyone
yesterday.
played.
It was the Frenzy.
Okay, I don't know these
No,
things.
you're okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
Frozen
everybody
Frenzy.
played. It was the Frenzy.
Okay.
They got killed by the Wild.
Got
by
their
one.
ass kicked.
Yeah, it's legitimately. I told Danny, he's like, oh yeah, we have a yearly game against Minnesota
Where
That's
you guys
just like-
where they rock us.
Do they just like circle the date and it's just like, this is the day we're gonna play bad?
I don't know what happens. It's every single season though. We have one game against the Wild,
Where they just completely
Yeah, they
destroy
killed.
you?
but Kachuk was back in the lineup and he got an assist.
That's
That's about
good.
it. So I was happy with it.
Who's in net? Hold on. I can
Sergey.
pull that up. Oh, okay, never mind. Did he get pulled?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Oh,
I hate
Marcus
to see it.
Foligno sucks again. That's nice to know.
Sucks again. Brother Marcus Foligno. Oh, I sucked.
Did he always
No,
suck
he
though?
didn't suck like a year ago. 2 years ago? Oh, maybe longer. When
It's been a
did
little
he
bit.
not last
It's been
suck?
a little bit where
Oh my
Marcus Foligno
God.
was not an awful player.
Where did he not last suck?
Told you.
He had
Right,
one.
did you pull up
he's
his
only
stats?
he's only had 1 year over 40 points.
Yes.
That's awful.
He's from here.
Yeah.
He is not representing us well.
No. I told you. Foligno? No.
No.
And people overrate
Bum.
the hell out of him.
Yeah, they do. That's why I'm like, oh, he must be doing better than I think.
No, Marcus
No.
Foligno, trash. When you really look at his game,
Trash.
and he's barely a board guy or like a big brawler guy, so it's not even like he's out there to like, you know, in like a Kachuk style like way instead of, you know, getting points.
Right.
He's just a way less talented Matthew Kachuk that just can't put the, you know, can't produce for offensively and defensively also sucks. So, an awful player. Trash.
I didn't know
Strong
he
words.
was so trash. I didn't know. I usually I remember his time as a Sabre, and I'm like, he's half decent.
You know who does suck?
Who? Are you gonna? I don't know. Who you're
Connor
gonna say.
McDavid. He's
Oh my
been
God, he
buzzed.
does.
He sucks this season.
Oh my
He does suck
God,
this
he
season.
does.
Oh my god.
The goat of hockey sucks.
Oh my god.
You know what's you know what threw him over the edge?
What?
Game 7.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, he's gonna make it all about him. He's gonna make it all about
It's
him.
always.
It's always
Make it
about him.
all about him. Hey, we are in a Buffalo Central thing. I have to get my
Central
time
thing.
in.
That's nice. Central thing.
Score update.
Basketball.
Just a quick score update.
Oh, basketball, yeah.
Harry Kane has tied it for Bayern Munich.
No.
It is 1-1 Bayern versus
Oh,
Barca
He's such a little.
in the 20th minute.
Oh, dump. I'm
But
gonna
back
curse.
to hockey. Just a quick score update.
I was about to make you dump. I was about to go off on Harry Kane.
Oh my God.
No good POS, no trophies, no nothing to his name, no value, worthless on the field.
Harry Kane
sucks.
Whenever you say his name, the
Harry
national
Maguire.
anthem. Yeah.
I
was gonna say God Save the King starts playing somewhere. Harry Kane. Oh,
You know who I you know who I miss?
okay.
You know
What?
you know who I miss?
Who?
Jack Grealish.
Brother.
I haven't seen his drunk butt in a long time.
Hey,
Have you ever
leave him
seen
alone.
him like drunk? Like his videos? It's so funny to watch.
That's why I love him. You would love Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
Why?
He's hot.
Really?
That's right.
That's it.
Wow,
That's all I
Frank.
got.
Wow, Frank.
That sounds about right.
Wow.
Wow, Emma. Is
No,
there
I
something
made this
wrong
joke.
with that?
No, I made this joke yesterday. That's why I said it. No, but seriously, show me a picture.
Actually, I don't know if you'd like him.
Why? Why? What does he look? Who does he look like?
No one.
That guy?
I love Jack Grealish. That's my love.
Oh my god.
The hair in that picture that Dan showed was very
Frank's really hyping up Jack right now.
I am.
Jack was my guy
You
at
guys
Aston
know
Villa.
how much I love Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a Jack Grealish lover myself.
Yes, you're
I
with
can't
me.
ha-
How
like-
old is he? 29? September 10th?
I like how
Oh, he's a
Emma has to
Virgo.
ask.
Give it back. You don't have a shot. I was joking.
Yeah, he's across the pond.
Okay.
And they come to the U.S. maybe
Never.
barely.
What? Like never.
Man City never comes to
It's
America.
fine. We can
They
expand.
came, like,
It's fine.
once.
We can expand our distance and mileage that we can look up people on Tinder.
I can guarantee you that brother's not on Tinder.
That sounds like a you thing.
Without a doubt.
Guys, I'm joking.
Right?
That brother's got all the Chads
Sure,
in London going
sure.
after him.
I mean, he's got
She's
Frank Lopez
joking.
in his DMs
We're
right now.
ready. I'm ready.
Just full sending it.
I was gonna say, I feel like Frank over there wants to shoot his shot more than me.
No, you know who I want to shoot my shot at?
Oh, God.
Martin Odegaard.
That that Viking bum.
Chris,
Not even a Viking. A Nordic poser.
Chris,
What's up, buddy?
I may need something from you.
What's that? Do you need me to play music?
I may
Or
need
instrumentals?
a royal decree.
A royal decree? Hold on.
Quite literally, just search up royal decree.
Decree
Frank
music.
knows what's coming.
Loop.
Frank knows what's coming.
Wait, what's coming?
Oh,
What's
a lot of
happening?
things.
What's happening?
Why is there no loops?
Dandale.
No, it's just a 2-minute one.
What?
We're gonna see if this one is it.
What?
Man, if this is what I think it is, we're really jumping all over the place.
Is it?
I know we are.
Oh.
That is not it.
that
That is
is not
classical
it.
music. I don't know
Yeah,
what is going on.
Music.
What?
Who doesn't love
Is
to
it-
jump
That was
around?
cute.
This is music for.
That's close enough.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
I don't know. I looked up royal decree music, guy. I don't know what you want me to do.
It's okay.
Show them what you just did.
I'm not as good as you, Dan.
It's
I'm
royal
sorry.
fanfare music.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
okay,
fanfare
okay,
music.
okay.
Yeah.
Look, that's all you gotta say.
What is it, Champions League?
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
I know that one.
It's a bit.
It's one of my favorite bits.
It's a bit.
Champions. Like,
Even though that does get us
this
flagged
one?
on YouTube
Is it this
The
one?
for
Champions League
copyright.
one?
The Champions League?
Is
Yeah.
this really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
I didn't
Yeah,
even
they
know that.
copyright us.
yeah, well, that music gets me hormonal.
It gets me going. Just so much orgasmic proportion.
Absolute orgasmic proportions coming out of the Champions League today.
I hope this is it.
oh God.
We'll roll with it.
We'll roll with it.
We'll roll with
I looked up royal fanfare.
I like this one a lot more.
Wait,
It's
so
not
what's
bad.
going on?
Hergy, as I do have a royal decree. This is where we go over the Buffalo Bills injury report because it's way too dang long.
Wait, that's it?
I'm sorry, Chris, but it has to take precedence
It's okay, buddy.
because it's a royal decree. And remember, you must clap after every announcement.
Ah, yes, of
yes,
course,
yes.
Daniel.
We do?
Thank you.
Absolutely
Yes.
splendid, Daniel. I must.
Yes, I must inform the newbies.
In this royal court, we will do as you asked, Daniel-san.
Thank you.
That is not.
That does not work.
let me retract that.
Mr.
Don't-
Miyagi?
don't- look.
Oi, bruv, what's going on?
Oi, bruv! About to shift you up, mate.
Oi, bruv, runneth thy
Oi,
pockets.
bruv, what's going on?
Runneth thy pockets.
What's going on, bruv?
Starting off with quarterback Josh Allen, left hand full. Linebacker Terrell Bernard, ankle paternal personal, did not practice. 3 injuries, oh my god.
We're clapping because he did not practice, bet.
Defensive tackle Dwayne Carter, wrist limited. Running back Darrington Evans, IR, hamstring, look at Frank, full. Safety Damar Hamlin, ankle limited. Wide receiver, Matt Collins, shoulder limited.
Jesus.
Quarterback, Teron Johnson, forearm limited. We're just halfway through the list.
Jeez, are you serious?
Defensive tackle, Daquan Jones.
What the hell happened?
Foot/vet rest, did not practice. Tight end, Dalton Kincaid, collarbone, limited. Tight end, Dawson Knox, ankle, did not practice. Our third tight end, Quentin Morris, shoulder, full. He's becoming my Dane Jackson. Get off the list, Quentin! Wide receiver, Curtis Samuel, pectoral, did not practice. Defensive end, Dwayne Smoot, groin, did not practice. Linebacker, Dorian Williams, knee, limited. And as we always do to end the royal decree, quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, knee, full. And that ends the royal decree.
Thank you, Daniel.
That's so funny.
Thank you, Daniel, for informing us.
Hey, yo,
Thank you, Daniel.
What?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That
Thank you.
was like the most chaotic thing, yet the funniest thing.
Thank you, good lad, sir, for sharing that
I
information.
appreciate it. I love Mitchell Trubisky.
If only I can do an English accent.
How
That's
many
so
is
funny.
that? Wait, I didn't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
It's
8,
all that was a lot.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
That
14,
was a
15.
lot.
15.
What the hell happened on Sunday?
Oh no, a lot of these are repeats. When you
Oh,
learn
true.
about the injury report, some of them are repeats. Quinn Morris, Mitch, Josh. They're getting
Well,
on my
yeah, they
nerves.
have to put it on there, obviously.
Yep.
Josue Allen.
I can't
That's a
believe
spooky.
what happened to Kincaid with his collarbone. That's a new one.
Quentin,
What was he doing?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know how he injured his collarbone, but he did.
But he did just.
He did.
Did he do it to himself?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Good
Lord.
questions. Good questions. I have no answer.
All right. With that being said, I think we can move on because we do have another show after us, so we're probably going to end a little early.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Nope.
What's
Nope.
happening?
Is there not another show after? I could have sworn there
Is
was.
there a show after us?
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not getting off early though.
Like
We'll,
5.
we'll get out
ish.
a little bit early.
What? What?
What do you mean we're getting off early?
To
We're
dos
not
minutos.
bending
Bend the
the
knee.
knee. Do you understand?
Okay, fine.
Pun intended, because
We're not
Frank
ending
is.
the show.
We're
He
going.
literally cannot bend his knee.
Yeah, man can literally not.
Yeah. Thanks,
can't argue.
rugby,
I can't argue
for
with that.
injuring Frank.
I'll be honest. I'm kind
Thanks,
of.
rugby.
I'm the idiot for deciding to play
Yeah.
yesterday.
I guess a bunch of
Should have
30-year-olds.
took a rest day. It was
You
like-
don't need a rest
It
day,
was
buddy.
like Hammy. You know what? Hammy's feeling a little tight right now. Probably shouldn't go full speed that my body can go against 30-year-olds and run full contact into them. Frank's a little dumb. Apparently,
That's great. That's good. Good for you.
Hammy was already in pain. Hey, Frank, we'll go again.
Go again. Do it.
You know what I'm gonna do Saturday and tomorrow?
You're gonna.
Go again.
Yeah.
Should I rest?
You got to push through it, bro. That's all you got to do, buddy.
I'm a warrior. Slay. What's
I don't know what to say.
what's on the
with
agenda?
that. But we can talk about Thursday Night Football that's happening tomorrow
Thursday Night Football.
on Amazon Prime Video. Amazon Prime Video, to be exact. This game is between the 5-1 Minnesota Vikings versus the 2-4 LA Rams. That game is slated to start at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Amazon Prime.
Why are we clapping? This isn't time for Roy.
Yeah,
It's over.
no,
It's
I
over.
was like,
It's
why-
over, Emma.
Bit is over.
Funny.
But-
Because it's funny.
Yeah, we have
You
an
guys are
NFC
all-
clash. Minnesota, Sam Darnold. What?
I was telling Emma that's intellectual property, so she can't use it.
Yep. Agreed.
The royal decree.
The royal
Yeah, that's
decree
only
is
Dan's
mine
thing.
and mine only.
It's-
The
Ours and
royal
ours.
decree. Okay, but what if you guys just like pop into the Shot Clock show tomorrow and do it just to confuse everybody, please?
No.
Why? It's funny.
We'll see.
You.
Okay.
Okay. Sam Darnold versus, I think Matthew Stafford is playing.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he is.
What a
I don't
game.
know why I'm questioning it.
That's so funny that the two teams that are, rumor has it, wanting to do a trade.
Like a quarterback trade?
Oh my
yeah, you
God.
didn't know? The
Yeah.
rumor is that the Vikings are looking to trade for Matthew Stafford.
Why?
Why?
Why can't
I
the
don't know.
NFL? You know what?
I don't know.
Why can't the NFL be scripted? Because if I'm writing this, I'm having both teams show up. Everyone else runs out onto the field except Stafford and Darnold. And then out of the Rams corner comes out Sam Darnold. And
Oh,
out of
that
the
would be
Minnesota
amazing.
one, it's Matthew Stafford.
That would
That
be
would
the
be
gag
cool.
of the century.
Oh!
That would be the-
They made the trade before the game.
That would be the gag of the
Nah, that would
century.
be crazy.
Well, the big
Could
thing,
that happen, though?
the reason the trade
Yes.
can happen at any time, I believe.
Like
I don't know
right
for
before a game, though?
I was saying it's like a joke, as like a bit. It'd be
I
really
know, but
funny.
like imagine if that were to happen, like hypothetically.
It'd be
But
sick.
I think the main reason that this trade would happen is Rams are if they're looking to shop Cooper Kupp, they're not in win now mode. They'll take Sam Darnold for a year. Heck, maybe Sam Darnold becomes the quarterback of the LA Rams for more than half a year. It might be that Sam Darnold has impressed so much that he gets more than a year. And I don't think Minnesota is not willing to pay Sam Darnold right now because they have who's injured? JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
it makes no sense to keep.
I
Sam
totally
Darnold.
forgot about that, man.
Why not Minnesota capitalize on his trade value when they can? It makes sense. So if the Rams give him back Matthew Stafford because they are still in a playoff position, why would it make more sense than Sam Darnold?
Hold on.
Why would it make more sense than Sam Darnold? It would make a lot more sense. The
What's
guy's
Stafford's contract?
His contract is his cap hit this year is $46 million. Next year is $53 million.
And you want
But there is a potential out in 2026 where the dick cap would be 22.
at that point, just keep Sam Darnold.
Well, the thing is that if you want a quarterback that is proven to be a winner, I would take Stafford in a heartbeat. Stafford has won a Super Bowl. He's been to playoff games.
I'm keeping Sam. I do not care.
Yeah.
I'm keeping Sam.
I think Matthew Stafford can make Justin Jefferson better than he's been. And I get it. Jefferson's been amazing, but we know Matthew Stafford is undoubtedly the king of getting wide receivers major accolades.
This dude is also 36 years old, though.
He's 36, but he's still gunslinging. His arm hasn't
But-
decreased.
And it's getting to the point now where every single quarterback is like, are we enough with the Tom Brady thing? Like, once you reach a time, it's time. And Matthew Stafford's time is coming up.
It's coming up, but that's why you have that out in 2026. That's why.
But with those 2 years of cap hits, just keep Sam Darnold. Sign him for a 2 or 3 year deal. Have JJ McCarthy under him. I'm sorry. I'm a person that I don't believe in JJ McCarthy. I don't. I do not. I don't see him as a starter ever in the NFL. But if you want to develop him into a potential starter, Sam Darnold, I think, is a perfect person to learn from.
I think Stafford's better.
Yeah, but with all that cap hit, might as well just pay Darnold.
Well, plus you also have to think McCarthy can't really do anything with Darnold.
Dude,
what you gonna do with Stafford?
All that JJ McCarthy knows how to do, all he knows how to do is get the ball from the snap and then give it to his running back and call it a day. Look, that's all he knows how to do.
The thing with McCarthy, hi Dave. Dave is at the window.
Hi Dave.
Stab myself.
So
what?
I think the main
what is
reason
happening?
You go for Stafford.
Yo, Frank just stabbed himself.
Oh God.
You okay,
it really
buddy?
is Wacky Wednesday.
It's at the end. It's like the little hook on a pen. I ripped it off and I was playing with it and it fell and I slammed it to stop it and it was pierced blood, skin.
Oh, that's fun.
I'll kiss it, make it better.
Oh God.
Now he's throwing it.
That was
David's at the
not
door. That's
something
why.
that needed to be said.
What is going on?
That was not
This
something
is
that
so
needed to be said.
ridiculous.
Look, my guy he's just getting hurt now.
My
guy's
injury prone?
praying
My
he's just
glass?
injury prone.
Oh no, I'm made of glass.
Put him on the IR right
He's
now.
like that guy from SpongeBob.
Guys,
He's like that guy from SpongeBob who's literally made out of glass.
Guys, don't draft me first round of fantasy. Don't. I may be a value around like 7 or 8, but don't take me first 6. You can't.
First 6.
You can't
Afterwards, then you take the risk.
We don't know where I'll be in the week. You know, it's tough.
Baseball fantasy number 1.
Oh,
on that way.
Can we go back to Matthew Stafford, Sam Darnold?
yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Thank you.
It's Wacky Wednesday.
I just want to talk about Stafford and Darnold. That's okay. No, I understand. The reason why you get Matthew Stafford is McCarthy can't learn anything from Darnold. Why is
What
that?
do you
He's
mean
injured.
nothing?
He's injured. He can't play with him. He can't go through stuff with him. When he comes back, who better to learn from coming back from injury than Matthew Stafford, A, and B, how to be a competent quarterback in this league with Matthew Stafford.
But what do you mean he can't learn anything now? Because he's
injured.
If they trade for
Yeah,
Stafford
but he
now,
can
they're not going to learn anything, and you're going to take the 2 years of cap hit with.
Because the thing is with McCarthy is that he can't get out on the practice field. He's still doing his rehab, his game back from injury. I don't know if he had his surgery yet or not. I bet he did, but
I'm sure he did. Yeah.
He can't practice with Sam. He can't learn progressions with Sam. He can't do anything with Sam. And even if you sign Sam for next year, some team is going to offer him more money than you. Because Minnesota is cheap. Cheap in some ways.
I don't understand this whole you can't teach him now. If they're going for a trade now, what is Stafford going to do now?
Yeah.
He can't do anything now, but
Exactly.
you got to think of the future next year.
If
He's
I'm thinking of
under
the future, I'm
contract.
thinking of Sam Darnold. I'm not thinking of Stafford anymore.
I'm thinking of Stafford because you look at the future. Future means
but the
Stafford's
future
under
for
contract.
Stafford is like.
And Stafford will still be happy because he's at a team that is contending for a playoff spot, that has a number 1 receiver in Jay Jettis, that has a number 1 tight end in T.J. Hawkinson. It's a better move for Stafford than it is Darnold.
I don't agree. The offense is flowing. That team is absolutely behind Sam Darnold. You see it every week. They are 1,000% behind Sam Darnold.
I think
the offense is one of the best in the
you're pushing
NFL.
for this trade to happen.
But wouldn't you also want to keep a quarterback who? I mean, because if Stafford goes down at his age,
you
what's
have
the
McCarthy
chance?
coming back?
Yeah, but then what if he also gets hurt?
Well, then you have your third, whoever your backup
That's
is.
Dan.
But you can't
I'm sorry.
predict
That's
that. You
ridiculous.
That's
can't
the
predict
problem.
Dan, I'm sorry. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold's not going to be there to save your butt unless if you pay him tons and tons of money that they will not want to do. I know there's some GM out there who is probably very impressed by his season and would be willing to pay him $40 million a year. That's just where we are with QB markets.
Okay, but here's the thing. You give 2 years of that, it's less than what you're going to have to give Stafford if you take on the last 2 years of his contract.
It's only 1 year. It's only 1 year that's a big brunt. The second year, you can opt out and take a half cap hit when you know you have the cap.
But why take any cap hit at all?
I'd rather pay the $30 million more for Sam Darnold for 2 years than I would for the year and a half I'm going to have with Stafford. I'd rather have Sam Darnold.
Everyone's got their own opinions, okay, guys?
There's a reason he was the number 1 draft pick. There's a reason. The Jets was not his fault. God, it was Adam Gase. Let's get
like
that.
You're saying the Lions weren't Stafford's fault. It's the same
But that
thing.
was
never
in a
said-
different...
No, it's just the same thing.
We
It's just
all know
different
that the
players.
Lions wasn't Stafford's fault at
Right.
all. There's a reason that people have him top 10 already. People had him top 10 before he won the Super Bowl. I never said Stafford absolutely is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. Just the Lions sucked at building around him. Sam Darnold, who we know who could play quarterback very well out of USC, he had flashes of greatness in New York. Carolina went F Carolina. Man, look at Baker now as well. Who cares anymore about that? He also looked decent at San Fran when they did play him a little bit.
Plus, I'm thinking also, if you trade for Stafford, what's holding LA from keeping some cap money? They could take half of his cap hit. They could. I don't think they would. I don't think it would be fully half. I think it would be probably a third or a fourth. But, if Minnesota is willing to pay the price and they know they're not in a win-now mode, because once we see Cooper Kupp gone, Rams' chances of playoffs, I think, is out the window.
Oh, I thought you said Vikings win-now mode was off.
No, Rams win-now mode is out the window. Matthew Stafford does not have the years left to be on a team that cannot win right now. So if I'm Stafford, I am pushing for this trade if the rumors are true.
He could be pushing. As Minnesota, I don't think they should be pushing for it. I don't think they should agree to this.
I think there is a way that this can be a beneficial contract to both of these teams.
Can we just remember that this is just a rumor, and who the hell knows if this is actually going to happen?
Yeah,
I know, but
Emma, can we get your input on this? Who are you siding with right now?
Honestly, I understand both sides of the coin because
you have to pick. You can't.
At this point, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That I don't know. I understand both ways, but right now in this very moment, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because God forbid everybody thought that the Vikings were gonna have a really bad record post the Kirk Cousins era being over. You know what I mean? But obviously you still have Justin Jefferson, but we didn't know who else. We didn't know if Aaron Jones was still gonna pop off and things like that. You know what I mean? What is happening? Anyway, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So. There you go. That is that.
Yeah.
Chris?
It's just hard. Because, it's all speculation. And if you just if you look at what Sam Darnold's doing right now, they lost their first game, but you're still 5-1.
To the Lions!
Yeah.
In the
and
last
the Lions
seconds.
are a good team.
They are.
They were close to winning that game, but...
It could mean that their offense is really simple, though. Sometimes we've seen it with Brock Purdy. I don't like.
Sorry, I didn't even know that was playing. That's my bad. I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I apologize.
I don't like to use Brock Purdy as an example much, just because sometimes there isn't much to use with Brock Purdy. But we kind of make fun of him for being a system quarterback. What if this is just Darnold's system?
What's wrong with being a system quarterback?
Yeah, what is
There's
wrong with
nothing wrong with being a system quarterback.
Because if you have success somewhere,
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. I'm just saying, what if you had the chance to expand your system and you couldn't do it with Darnold?
You're 5-1. You could have been 6-0 if it wasn't
Stafford.
for the last 20 seconds of a game. I think they've expanded to what they are doing right now, and that's winning. The defense looks great. The offense is flowing through Darnold. Everything looks fine. The Vikings are a really good team. I don't think there's no need for a trade if it does happen.
I think it's just I think it's just really smart by Minnesota if they are listening to deals for Darnold. It's capitalizing on somebody you can't sign. It's capitalizing you get draft capital back, which is sometimes more important than having the player just for the rest of the year. It could just be that their GM he understands that, yes, we are in a 5-1 team right now, but what if we get a Stafford, who we know is on our books for an extra year, and we get, maybe you can probably argue, a third or second round pick for Darnold. That's how well he's been playing. A third or second round pick for Sam Darnold was unthinkable 4 months ago. It is now plausible to even think that he can get that type of worth to his name.
That's kind of crap, to be honest with you, though. I don't know.
It's like using
Like, is
it in
this
fantasy.
just someone?
It's like trading in fantasy. You go off what they've done the most. You capitalize on their best games, and you also capitalize on good players' worst games.
Then I'm taking Sam Darnold. If we're going off this season, I'm taking what?
Like,
I'm taking
I don't know.
Sam Darnold.
Stafford's been without Nakua and Cup for the past,
Yeah.
5 games?
yeah.
Oh,
What about it?
But
and Sam Darnold is
about
5-1 with
He's
the
had
best
to throw to
players.
Tutu Atwell. He hasn't thrown to
Sam
a
Darnold is in
ballerina.
MVP conversations with the best team. Why
So
not
then
just
wait,
stick with
But
that?
you said it yourself, Dane. He won a Super Bowl, so he knows what it takes.
Yeah, so
It
he needs to
doesn't
go
matter
somewhere
if he
else.
needs
He
players.
needs to go somewhere else. To have a chance, he needs to go somewhere else. He's not
Yeah,
going to do it with the Rams
Maybe,
anymore.
but I just... I'm going to have to agree with Frank here. If I was Minnesota,
I'm not looking at this.
That's fair.
I don't see... Everyone's got their own opinions, buddy. I'm glad you have your
It ain't broke.
opinion about what you think.
Your wrong opinion, Daniel.
That's his
I'll just be right in
opinion.
2 weeks.
His opinion
I'll
is
just be
not
right.
wrong,
I'll just
Frank.
Be right in 2 weeks. It's okay.
His opinion
Dan,
is not
I'm not-
wrong.
I don't understand. Like, if you're 5-1, why trade for someone? You know, like,
Dave understands.
like I'm a
And
casual.
he's a Jets fan.
Yeah, I'm a casual.
David Laureano, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a casual, but it's like, it just doesn't make sense, honestly. If you're 5-1, don't try to blow it up. You have a whole different quarterback. That's getting used to a whole different team.
I think the
It's
thing
like-
is
Ready?
that you're not blowing it up.
Ready?
though.
Everybody boo Dan right now. Boo.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm
I
not
can't
gonna do
boo
that.
Dan.
And it's yeah,
I-
maybe
I-
not.
Why?
I do think the
Not
only
your
part
entire team, but, like,
that I
that's
don't agree with is maybe the blowing up part.
No,
Because
yeah.
Even though if you make that trade, I don't think you're blowing up anything going from Darnold to Stafford.
Yeah.
I
Blowing up
think
was the
they're
wrong
both
word, but
equally-
it's a different quarterback. It's a different leader that has to change. Like,
Yeah.
it's a whole different
It
setting. So it's
changes
like a
fine.
whole
Yeah,
different kind
okay.
of field, you know?
It's not blowing up.
The vibes, I think, would definitely change with
Yes.
him as quarterback.
Minnesota is 1,000% behind Sam Darnold right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you bring in Stafford, he's going to have to learn the system.
Yes.
Even I don't care how good of a veteran quarterback you are, you have to learn the whole new system. And I'm going to throw this out there. I'm not saying this to be saying it, but look at Tom Brady through the first 8 weeks when he was a Buccaneer. He was not good. I was so disappointed with how the team was playing, and Tom Brady was not playing good.
Yeah, he didn't
Because
have a
had to
good
get used
start,
to he had to get used to a whole new offense. We are now week 7. You bring in Stafford now at this point. What if the offense starts slowing down with him? When you have Darnold there, who is now, he's had the offseason, and now all of this to be with this offense. The locker room's behind him. The entire city's behind him, and they're working. They're winning. They're 5-1. Should honestly be 6-0 if they would have just held on a little bit more with the last few seconds against the Lions. And that's against the Detroit Lions, who people say is going to the Super Bowl to represent the NFC. Like, I just see no plausible reason for this at all. If you cap, sure, but I'd rather give the $30 million to a young Sam Darnold, have him stay for an extra 2 years, keep J.J. McCarthy with him, be with him. Like, I don't see Matthew Stafford. I see no reason. The Rams, sure.
But on
Maybe this
Minnesota's
benefits the
side-
Rams. But if I'm Minnesota, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Like, maybe it...
I love a good debate. I missed this show.
We had a pretty
Jeez.
healthy debate yesterday about
This is the Blitz, not the Shot Clock show.
Deshaun Watson, and it was very interesting.
Deshaun Watson. Well, hold on. I want to get to that, but I want to finish this up because I want to hear what the debate is so we can debate it.
Debate about the debate.
Yes.
Dan, what are your closing remarks?
Closing statements, please, Dan.
Statement. Here.
I think if Minnesota could have the thoughts of wanting to bring in a better leader and a person that knows the playoffs in and out.
Hold on. To say better leader is insane.
Stafford's
How
a
do
better
we
leader.
know he's a better leader?
Because he led a team to the Super Bowl. That's how you know.
Look,
and he won it.
That's all it takes?
That's all it takes.
So Brock Purdy is a better leader than Sam Darnold because he went to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That's insane,
That
Dan.
is insane.
Let's keep in mind he's also 10 years older than him, so he definitely has been in the NFL way longer.
Yep.
And
So
you're
let's
already
just-
saying Brock Purdy is a better leader?
Wait, did you say
No.
He said that since Stafford's gone to a Super Bowl and won, he's a better leader. And I went, so Brock Purdy's a better leader. And he said, yes. Better leader than Sam Darnold.
I don't know.
A leader to get a team to the
There's
Super
different
Bowl?
types
It's hard
of
to get to
leaders.
the Super Bowl
We
as it is.
also don't know what happens back.
We don't
like,
know
we
behind
don't know.
the scenes. I mean, unless they're on Hard Knocks, whatever. But everyone leads differently. Like, there's just... I don't know.
And if you're 5-1, that tells, and you're the quarterback, that tells me you're a hell of a good leader.
I'd have to agree. I mean, you're 5-1. That's a pretty damn good record.
5-1, in my opinion, should be 6-0.
No one expected the Vikings to be 5-1 at all.
No one did.
JJ McCarthy went down. They were like, "Oh, Vikings done." They're gonna be
Everyone's
trash.
like, "Oh, so here comes Sam Darnold."
Exactly.
They're 5-1.
Darnold.
He's
8 weeks ago.
To me, he's
no
in
one,
MVP conversations. He has top 10 stat. Like he.
8 weeks ago, no one was.
I think it's because they had time to adapt the system to
Yes,
Darnold.
Dad! That's what I'm saying!
But the problem
so why
is-
bring in
is
Stafford
that
during the
when
middle
you-
of the season?
When you have to adapt the system to somebody who is a lesser quarterback, sometimes you need the better, more experienced
That's
quarterback.
why I said Tom
to bring
Brady.
him in.
Because when you think of the most intellectual, sane quarterback to ever play the game, Tom Brady has the IQ of an absolute genius when it comes to football.
If you have
It
6
took him at
wins,
this
you are
point-
almost guaranteed to make it to the playoffs. If you bring in Stafford halfway through the season, I can bet you he'll get you to the playoffs, and he'll know that playbook in and out when playoff time comes.
You can learn the playbook. It's how you. It's
Wait, can I say
He'll
something too?
do it perfectly fine during the playoffs.
Can I say something too?
Let David speak.
Why trade for a much older quarterback as well when Sam Darnold is much younger
Because
and
he
he's
can
playing at the
still do
level
it.
he's playing right now?
He can still do it.
excel.
Darnold's going to get a $45 to $50 million contract. I'm telling you this right now. With how he is playing, some bum team is going to offer him 45 to 50. Whether that be a Cleveland, whether that be a Panthers. I know he probably won't go back there, but whatever bum team is out there will offer him that type of contract, and Minnesota just won't. So I'm trying to take the side of capitalizing while he's hot. He is a hot commodity that could go somewhere, still go to the Rams, which has a Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, half-decent defense, mid-defense. Rather, let me rephrase that.
gonna say half-
and still win games and still look good. But I don't know if he's the quarterback who can get you over the playoff hump when you make it. Matthew Stafford is a proven guy who can get you over the playoff hump.
Who's also old. I mean, I just
Who's
don't know.
old, but it doesn't matter if you're old. Tom
He's
Brady
also
is old and still was able to do it. Philip Rivers is old, but still was able to get
nope.
him to the playoffs.
Nope.
At least get him to the playoffs.
With a torn ACL, with no knee.
Ben Roethlisberger was able, and we all knew the guy's arm was dead.
All right, speaking of Ben Roethlisberger.
And then Roethlisberger also never won a Super Bowl again until after 2009.
Didn't he?
No.
He won one, right?
yeah,
he
just
only
one, but that was...
That was 2009.
Yeah.
You can also say that's what the Jets hoped with Aaron Rodgers. They hoped for an older veteran quarterback to lead them to a promised land because he has experience in the promised land. Has it worked well? No. I'm not saying it works well all the time, but I'm saying Stafford
worked twice.
is doing still good enough with the weapons he has out there without a Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua. If you give him a Jay Jettis, a Jordan Addison, and a Aaron Jones, and even TJ Hawkinson, if he looks any good of like he did last year before his ACL injury, this team is going farther than I could see with Sam Darnold.
I don't see it. I don't. Minnesota needs to stay with Darnold. It's plain and simple. Minnesota's not taking the trade for Matthew Stafford.
Well, I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens.
I'm
I'd be shocked. I would be
Dan,
really
I love
shocked.
that. That was a fantastic conversation we just had.
I gotta admit.
What's up, Stephen A?
That would be really. I would be really shocked if that
Stephen A got
happened,
nothing on
honestly.
us!
I also just learned, too. I will say this, I as a very, very last comment.
Mhm.
I just learned Minnesota has the third most dead cap. So, actually, if you look into next year, let's say Rams take most of the hit for this year, right? Because that's a big thing that it's filtering. They go from 3rd to 13th. They lose $20 million from dead cap. That's a lot of money to gain back. I mean, if the Rams take some of that brunt, when you reach 2026, when you would do the deal option with Stafford. Oh, excuse me. That's just updated for me.
Oh, what?
They actually go from $64 million in dead cap in 2024 to $5 million dead cap in 2025 to a big fat zero in 2026. So if they took the 22 million of dead cap of Stafford in that option, that's all they have on the dead cap.
That's also if.
Again, I said it, like I said, it's a rumor. And
well, I'm saying if the Rams decide to take
that
it.
too.
I also just noticed that took 20 minutes of discussion.
Yeah.
That was a great discussion.
We love debates.
Also, I want to know what this Deshaun Watson thing was.
Basically, we debated pretty much was it right or wrong for Cleveland fans to cheer for him going down with an Achilles.
I do not care.
Right.
I do not care at all.
That man shouldn't be in the
thing.
league.
He got
think
booed.
The big thing with that argument, with that discussion, is that I don't think they're booing Deshaun as a player. I don't even think they're booing him as a person. Because we all know his personal
I'm
is
booing
not
him
good.
as a person.
I know most people would boo him as a person. I'm not saying that's why they did. I think they booed him because it was the owner's decision to give him a fully guaranteed contract to stick this team with how many years of pathetic play. I think this was booing at the ownership. I don't think it was booing at the player.
I can see that.
I think it was directed at the player, but I don't think it was meant for Deshaun.
I can see that. But also 27 counts.
Yeah.
20 of them have been settled in court.
Of course. You can't overlook that.
I do not care, and I can't believe I'm about to say this. I hated the way Jameis talked about it. I hated the way Myles Garrett talked about it. He's been a civil human being. No, he hasn't. 20 of the cases have been settled in court. That means they had to pay the women.
Yep.
That's what that means. They settled.
Yep.
For there to be no charges passed against Deshaun Watson.
Because he just had money.
20. To have 20 charges settled is insane.
Basically paid off 20 people.
I don't care if he was decapitated. I am standing and applauding.
Oh, jeez.
I do not care.
Send
He's
him
been
to
an
the
awful.
gun.
He's an awful quarterback, and he's an even worse person. And when a person like that goes down, I'm happy. I do not care. Because there are players that get hurt, like Aiden Hutchinson, who are absolute sweethearts and do so much for the community, and they go down and they deserve the love. Deshaun Watson, I do not care. You are an awful human, and you get no respect from me at all. And if you go down with an injury, thank God it's season ending. Thank God.
Yeah, we don't have to see him anymore.
It was basically split 3-2. Me, Spike, and Marissa all agree with you, Frank, and then Justin and Alex brought up the fact that that this is a human being, and
he ruined 27 human beings'
A
lives.
human being that's a piece of dog.
Yep. Be careful. Be careful.
Yeah, that piece of dog poo. So like,
I'm
let's
the
be
only one
honest.
to bring up the ownership
really?
point. I'm glad about that.
Come on.
Yeah, you brought up ownership.
You're saying
I'm
from
talking
a different...
Yeah,
I'm glad
I'm
to be
talking
different.
strictly. Dan, you know how much I hate Deshaun Watson,
Oh, I
and
know.
I was.
I know.
Oh, when I got the tweet, I was so excited. I was so when I saw Deshaun Watson goes down and he's in pain. I couldn't ask for a better thing to wake up to than seeing Deshaun Watson being carted off a field. I do not care. I don't care. I don't care. That man should never got the money. He should never be allowed to play in the NFL again. And I'm so happy that ownership now has to deal with that. You gave him the money,
yup.
And that's what I'll credit to you, Dan, is that the ownership, that's what they're dealing with now. That's on you for giving him the money and the amount of money you gave him. You're stuck with it.
Yep. And with that being said, it is the top of the hour. So what
Oh my God, already?
What a great way to end it.
Yo, that's wild.
You've been listening to The Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY. Queen City Pop will be coming up after us. You can stay listening to them if you want to, or enjoy the rest of your hump day. Thank you for listening to The Blitz, though, and have a safe Wednesday.